Whakatane Golf Course takes the health of our members and visitors seriously. This video is to show the workings of the course's defibrillator. The defibrillator is located in the proshop, in a suitcase on top of the shelf to the left of the counter. Inside the suitcase is a first aid kit, resuscitator and the defibrillator.
This is the one out of your bag, just to let you know what it will look like. And the one we're going to use today looks exactly the same, so this is just to let you know this is what yours looks like. It's in a posh case. The scissors are there for cutting clothing. You know, if you've got lots of clothing on, or because you've got to bare the skin to put the pads on. So I'll just get rid of that. So the idea of the automated defibrillator is that it's designed for people like me. Anybody can use it. It's one button push and then it'll tell you what to do. So it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And that's what we're just going to show you what to do today. Usually this is done in conjunction with the CPR, the compressions and the breathing. And I notice in your bag you've got one of these too. This is so you don't have to put your mouth straight onto somebody else's mouth if you're that way inclined. As you can see, it's a design that the pointy bit goes over the nose, it pulls out, and you just put that over their face and tilt the head back and squeeze it and breathe for them instead of doing the mouth to mouth. Just 15 a minute. Yeah, it's not trying to squeeze the whole bag. It's just like that. So that's. But probably in the emergency situation, it's probably quicker just to do some mouth to mouth and some compressions until you get this on. How do you decide that you're going to use this?
No heartbeat, no breathing.
Doesn't matter. If you're not sure, just put it on, because the machine will tell you whether you're going to push the button to defibrillate or not. So the person's collapsed on the green or the fairway, you take your scissors or you bare their chest like that. Don't mind the aluminium foil, that's there for a reason. And here's your machine, so you pull it out of the red box, push the green button, pull that.
Begin by removing all clothing from the patient's chest. Cut clothing if needed.
Come on, tell me what to do next.
Look carefully at the pictures on the white adhesive pads.
Those are what?
Place pad exactly as shown in the picture.
So
press firmly to patient's bare skin.
So put it where it says, like so.
When the first pad is in place, look carefully at the picture on the second pad. Peel the second pad from the yellow plastic liner. Place pad exactly as shown in the picture. Press firmly to patient's bare skin. No one should touch the patient. Analyzing.
It's doing it all itself.
No one should touch the patient. Analyzing. Shock advised. Stay clear of patient. Press the flashing orange button now.
That's down the bottom.
Deliver shock now. Shock delivered. Be sure the ambulance service has been called. It is safe to touch the patient.
And you just carry on doing.
Start CPR. For help with CPR, press the flashing blue button.
The flashing blue button is the information button.
Place the heel of one hand in the center of the chest between the nipples. Place your other hand on top of the first. Push the chest down firmly 5 centimeters. Keep time with the beat.
That's enough.
Is that about 90?
Probably between 60 and 90, yes. And it's hard work.
Yeah.
Pinch nose, tilt head, lift chin, and give 2 full breaths. Breathe.
I'm not going to do it.
Breathe. Continue with compressions. tilt head, lift chin, and give 2 full breaths. Breathe. Breathe. Continue with compressions.
I hope I picked the right program, otherwise we're here all day.
Pinch nose, tilt head, lift chin,
And just carry on doing what the machine tells you to do.
The first time you did any breaths was after you'd done the defibrillation.
Yes, it'll tell you.
Breathing beforehand?
No, well, unless somebody's been doing it and you pull it, you arrive with that, somebody might already been doing that.
Okay.
But the next thing to do is bare the chest, put your pads on, push, turn the machine on, and then it'll just say stand clear, and like it said, it'll analyse. And if it needs to shock, it'll tell you to shock. If it doesn't, it'll just tell you to carry on doing this. And then after you've done a couple of cycles, like we were doing before, it'll analyse again. And whether it decides, because there's 2 rhythms that it'll pick up on, that allows it to shock on. And that's it.
Does it shock more than once?
Yes.
So it will tell you to shock again?
Yes. It gives you just the one shock, and you go back on doing that sequence of compressions and mouth to mouth. And then after you've done 3 cycles, it'll tell you to analyse again, and either shock or won't. And it'll just keep on doing that until an ambulance or somebody else arrives. So it's really, really simple, guys. Yep. And even all the big $30,000 defibrillators we carry in the ambulances all have this function of AED on them. And I use it a lot, especially if I'm busy. I use it a lot because then I don't have to think about this. It'll remind me when to analyse and what to do. So it's quite a straightforward. If anybody wants to have a play before you go and have your game, feel free. A gentleman who wasn't feeling very well, and they walked in, and he arrested in front of them, slapped this on, shocked him, and he's still with us. So that one there, if you peel that off, there's that little, and then you put it where it says on the pad. So we're going to put it up over here. Or probably a little bit sort of there-ish. If you can get a disposable razor and put it in there, because if someone's got a really hairy chest, this probably needs to be shaved a bit, otherwise it won't stick very well. And the other one, it's got a little picture on it as well, on there. So that's going to go down the bottom of the left nipple and the side like that. And that's it. The first thing you do though is you turn that on like that, and it'll tell you what to do.
No one should touch the patient.
It realises we've got the pads out.
No one should touch the patient. Analysing. Shock advised. Stay clear of patient.
And when it says that,
Flashing orange button.
it's actually quite difficult to see in the daylight, isn't it? So you push that, and you shouldn't have it. Make sure that nobody's touching.
Flashing orange button.
And you push the.
Shock delivered. Be sure the ambulance service has been called.
Members are reminded that should an incident happen where the defibrillator is required, if possible, call the proshop or the office first, and then call 111. The defibrillator can be delivered while you are speaking with emergency personnel. Be safe and enjoy your golf.